right, hello there, welcome back to another wee bit of a video. Today's video is a really sad day for me. Most people do not know this. The only people that do know this are probably my brothers, my girlfriend, maybe. That's it, maybe, and I mean maybe my mom. For the longest of times, John Wall was my favorite basketball player. It wasn't until he really left Washington where, his career, or even then a little bit before that, you could tell the injuries were just too much. But anyway, he was my favorite player. Loved watching him in 2K. I always drafted him. I just loved watching John Wall basketball. And today, after 11 seasons, John Wall says he has retired from basketball. 5-time All-Star out of Kentucky, played for the Wizards, Clippers, and Rockets. Some of my favorite basketball moments are from John Wall. One in particular, I believe we'll get to at some point, because if you go to Reddit NBA, there is some stuff mentioning John Wall. I say that hesitantly now as I'm going and I haven't seen Jack. There was this morning. I swear to God, there was this morning. Okay, I see one right here. This is a sad one. I don't even want to talk about this one. I showed this to my girlfriend. I'm talking about it. I can't lead you guys on. We got to check this out. This is sad. So, if you don't know the background of the story, quick rundown. John Wall, I believe the girl was Maya, who, was his friend. She was 5, 4, 6 years old, somewhere around that age. Anyway, she passed away of cancer. That same day, John Wall, he had 26.17 assists, some crazy stat like that. Let's tune into this. I didn't want to watch this, but we're gonna watch it now. This is what we're doing.
Your emotions right now.
Man, this is an emotional game for me. This is for Maya, one of my close friends that I lost that I met last year, and it's just tough, man. To see a little kid that fights so hard for cancer and can't beat it. This game's for her, man. All my jerseys, my shorts. I'm gonna give it to her family. It's a tough day for me, and I was really quiet today. So
it was tough. I'm talking to you before the game, and you're never like this. She really touched your heart, didn't she? Buck, obviously, John's very emotional, guys. We'll send it back to you.
You watch like the background story and how much he cared for her. John Wall is a legend for that, man, and drops 26 points, 17 assists. I remember that night literally because I was, back in high school. I was telling my friend, dude, John Wall just dropped this stat like the next day after school. I was telling him this game was insane. John Wall just did this because I would always argue John Wall was one of the best point guards in the NBA. Surely there's more stuff. I know there is, bro. There was this morning. Okay, retired, never done, doing it the Wall way. Well, actually, for this, let's get rid of my face. We didn't see my face for this shit, dude. Come on.
I've been chasing the ball
Damn.
since I can barely walk. Driveways, parks, packed gyms, 5 a.m. workouts. I gave this game everything I had. From Raleigh to Kentucky, to the league. Every jersey I've worn meant more than just wins and stats. It was about representing something bigger. And it's something I couldn't do without you. To my family, my mom especially, thank you for all your sacrifices. I hope I made you proud. To my teammates, trainers and coaches, thank you for believing in me. And to the fans, you made me feel unstoppable.
That shot right there, dude. Okay, for those of you that skip to this and then you hear my voice jumping out of nowhere, I'm so sorry. But for those of you that have been here the whole time, I promise I am paying attention. It's just that I'm still captivated by these moments because while I'm talking, this whole video is just a tribute in my own way to John Wall. But you guys have to understand, I tried to emulate to the best of my abilities. I was not fast by any means. I was not a good shooter. I mean, nor was John Wall. That wasn't his game. but I wasn't the best basketball player, to put it lightly. However, I try to emulate my game as much as possible around him by getting his shoes. And John Wall, what he would do, it showed a little bit in that highlight clip. Let's see if I can pull it up very briefly. But he would wrap the ball around his back. He was one of the only players to do it. I'm going to mute it real quick as we try to find that highlight. But he would wrap the ball. Is it right here? Is it right here? Was that? Yeah. He would wrap the ball around his back and just go and jam it or lay up, or he would do that and pass it. He was one of the only players at the time still doing that. Because to be honest with you, it's something that really wasn't being done. You know, nowadays you see that and you're like, oh, it's nice, but it's nothing crazy. But John Wall really made it flashy because he was so fast, and he actually did it to open up some sort of opportunity, and he made the most of it. And I'm not gonna lie, he made me do it in high school. Literally, I'm not a baller by any means, and you know, the people that know me know that I was never like that. But that was something I just loved doing. I always spinning it behind my waist, and John Wall he made you feel when you're watching him like, damn, this dude is a freak athlete. He is fast as hell. I mean, he could go to point A to point B almost in a flash. You know, you talk about De'Aaron Fox as one of the faster players, but John Wall, dude, his speed was unreal. I mean, just amazing to watch. But let's get back to it. Let's finish this little video clip for his farewell. It's his farewell. Let's call it what it is. Skipping it back ahead.
Family, my mom especially.
A little more ahead.
And to the fans, you made me feel unstoppable.
Great moment. I watched that live.
Emotional game for me. This is for Maya.
She really touched your heart, didn't she?
Oh man, we just saw that.
Today, I'm stepping off the court and not away from the game.
John Wall is in the building.
Basketball will always be in my life. As new opportunities present themselves, I feel now is the time to walk confidently into my next chapter.
Wall, the finish, easy.
Amazing stuff. Oh my God.
Thank you for every cheer, every moment. Retired, but never done. I'm doing it the Wall way.
Injuries suck, dude. Injuries freaking suck. I mean, just one of the most entertaining players in his prime. He gave the Wizards life. Seriously. If you're a Wizards fan going, you know, pretty deep, because let's be honest, it's been some time since John Wall's prime. But if you're a Wizards fan going, you know, a little bit more deep in time, you have to remember great memories and think back fondly of John Wall, just because that was when Bradley Beal, you know, was the number 2 man and you guys were legitimate contenders. I mean, dude, he had a game winner, game 6 to push game 7. Winner of that game goes to the Eastern Conference Finals, but he gave you guys hope. Something Washington hasn't had in a long time. Very, very long time. And yeah, not a whole lot more to say. It's just, it's sad to see because this, like I said, he was my favorite basketball player. Before Shea, after me having my kid phase, you know, training for T-Mac, this guy was my first true, damn, this guy's my favorite basketball player. I want to play like him. Obviously, I was nothing like him, but that doesn't take away from the point is he really, yeah, he was just really entertaining to watch. Looking at this moment right here, think fondly of this as well. I'm putting the headphones back on. We gotta watch this. I watched this live, and I'm a Laker fan. I'm a Laker fan, and I was going crazy watching this live. I'm like, no way, bro. Just thinking back on it, it's crazy. This is not right. That is not right. They ended up winning the game, of course. He ends up jumping on the scoreboard after the game's over. Just goes crazy. And mind you, John Wall's not a shooter. He's not a shooter. He's not someone who, more often than not, that's not something you predicted he'd do. But in the moment he did it, and it was crazy. But just looking at some comments, some people also, you know, looking back, injuries suck. He was very fun to watch on his pretty short prime. Damn. I also remember too, he was playing, I believe it was with the Clippers, and he went back to play in Washington. You know, he signed autographs for what felt like forever before the game. He signed so many of the fans' jerseys or whatever it is they wanted signed. And to be honest with you, man, it was just, even though he wasn't who he was with the Clippers, seeing him, you know, really give it his all just because he's in Washington, and he hit a jumper and he said, "This is my city. This is my city." I'm just like, I'm not even a Wizards fan, bro. I'm a Laker fan. But this guy is still my favorite player, and it's just sad, dude. He's retired. John Wall is going to be like the Kevin Johnson of his generation. Great player, but people 20 years from now will have no idea who he is. To be honest with you, oddly enough, this is the first, so because I'm only 25 years old, this is my first favorite player or player who I've held such in high regards that I've seen retire. Because, don't get me wrong, I was a fan of Kobe, but you have to understand, Kobe, back when I was really into basketball, man, I didn't get to see a whole lot of it. He retired, when did Kobe retire? In like 17, 18? When he retired, and I watched last game, it was epic and whatnot. 50, 60, the 60-point game? Dropped 60, pretty sure. Anyway, I was there watching that live, but I didn't see his whole career. John Wall, I followed his whole career. So, man, this is the first player who I've watched. Seeing him retire, it just hits different because I'm like, okay, now I'm getting older and I'm starting to see careers, and you know, it was my favorite player. I paid attention to his whole career, and okay, dude was dynamic. I remember the John Wall dance back in high school. Oh man, a huge throwback. Wall at his prime was so much fun to watch. Loved the career of John Wall. It actually means something to me, very much so, that, you know, he retires, because it's a fond memory that I have looking back. Alrighty, I greatly appreciate you guys for watching. Sad day, but like I said, I look back on these memories very fondly. Let me know what you think. How do you feel about this whole thing? If you're to like, subscribe, it goes a long way to help the channel. As always, I greatly appreciate you guys for watching. This is Ollie Been Different. All we've been different. And we out.